In the pursuit of success, the most valuable asset you can ever possess is knowledge. It is not the circumstances of your birth, the connections you have, or even your talents that will determine your future, but rather the knowledge you acquire and apply. Success is born from the constant effort to grow, to learn, and to refine your understanding of the world around you. Therefore, you must commit to one unbreakable principle: educate yourself every day. The power of knowledge lies not in its accumulation but in its application. Every day you spend learning, you equip yourself with tools to rise above mediocrity and seize opportunities. If you wish to succeed, you must never allow a single day to pass without furthering your education. 1. The foundation of success lies in education. Success is not a chance event. It is the outcome of careful planning, consistent effort, and most importantly, a deep understanding of the principles that drive achievement. The very foundation of all success, whether in business, personal life, or even in overcoming obstacles, rests upon the bedrock of education. Without knowledge, one is left in the dark, uncertain of the path to take and unaware of the opportunities that lie ahead. To begin, education is the key that unlocks the door to understanding. It provides the tools needed to make sense of the world. When you invest in your education, you are not merely acquiring facts and figures, but, more importantly, you are developing a framework through which to view the world. It is through education that you develop the clarity to recognize opportunities and the wisdom to know when and how to seize them. Without this foundational understanding, opportunities may pass by unnoticed or be misinterpreted. Consider the analogy of a builder constructing a house. Before beginning any project, the builder must have a blueprint, an understanding of the materials, and knowledge of how to assemble the structure. Similarly, success requires a mental blueprint, an understanding of the tools and strategies available, and the ability to put them to work in the right order. Education is that blueprint. It is what allows you to understand the structure of success, to recognize what needs to be done, and to build toward your goals systematically. In business, for example, education enables you to grasp the essential principles of finance, management, and strategy. Without these, even the most ambitious entrepreneurs will struggle to succeed. The same principle applies to personal life. Educating yourself about human relationships, health, and self-discipline provides you with the wisdom to make better choices, solve problems effectively, and ultimately lead a more fulfilling life. Education broadens your horizon, allowing you to become more adaptable and resilient in the face of challenges. Furthermore, education is not limited to formal schooling or academic credentials. While traditional education offers a foundation, it is self-education, learning outside the classroom, that allows you to continuously grow and evolve. In today's fast-paced world, the skills and knowledge that were relevant yesterday may be outdated today. To stay ahead, you must commit to learning beyond the formal institutions. Every day provides an opportunity to learn, whether it's reading books, engaging with thought leaders, listening to podcasts, or simply reflecting on your experiences. In this way, education becomes a lifelong pursuit, a continuous journey that drives your growth and progress. The power of education lies in its ability to shape your thinking. Education forces you to look at the world critically, to question assumptions, and to challenge your own beliefs. It allows you to understand complex concepts and see things from multiple perspectives. This is vital for problem solving and decision making. When you are educated, you are better equipped to evaluate situations, make informed choices, and avoid common pitfalls. Instead of relying on luck or guesswork, you rely on knowledge and wisdom. Another crucial aspect of education is that it provides a level of self-confidence that no other form of preparation can offer. When you know that you are well informed, you approach challenges with a sense of certainty and poise. Whether you're in a negotiation, making a critical decision, or leading a team, knowledge empowers you to speak and act with confidence. This confidence is not arrogance. It is the quiet assurance that comes from knowing you are prepared. Moreover, education helps you recognize the value of time. When you educate yourself daily, you learn how to prioritize, how to focus, and how to use your time effectively. You begin to understand that time is a limited resource, and therefore, it must be invested wisely. The more educated you become, the more you realize the importance of making each moment count. This shift in mindset leads to greater productivity and ultimately, more success. Education is an essential ingredient for resilience. Life is full of setbacks and challenges, and it is through education that you acquire the mental toughness needed to persevere. When you understand the principles of success, you recognize that failure is not an end but a part of the process. Education teaches you how to learn from your mistakes, how to adjust your approach, and how to keep moving forward despite obstacles. Education is the bedrock upon which all success is built. It is the tool that allows you to understand the world, make informed decisions, and pursue your goals with clarity and purpose. Without it, success is a distant dream, but with it, success becomes not only possible, but inevitable. Educate yourself every day, and you will lay the foundation for a lifetime of achievement. 2. Knowledge is power, but only when applied. Knowledge is often hailed as one of the most powerful assets one can possess. We are taught from an early age that knowledge is the key to success, that understanding the world around us is a path to freedom and achievement. However, it is critical to recognize that knowledge in and of itself is not power, it is potential power. True power arises only when knowledge is applied effectively and with purpose. Without application, knowledge remains dormant, like an untapped resource that, despite its potential, is incapable of producing any tangible results. The notion that knowledge is power is not wrong, but it is incomplete. To illustrate this point, consider the analogy of owning a powerful tool, a car engine, for example. Having the engine is one thing, but knowing how to install it, maintain it, and make use of it is what actually transforms it into something valuable. The engine is only useful when it is integrated into a functional system, such as a vehicle that moves and gets you from point A to point B. Similarly, knowledge, when applied properly, propels you toward your goals and creates real, measurable progress. In the context of success, knowledge provides the foundation for informed decisions, but it is the actions you take based on that knowledge that will lead you to results. Consider a business owner who understands all the theories of marketing, finance, and customer behavior. If this individual does not take action, whether by launching a marketing campaign, adjusting prices, or listening to customer feedback, then their knowledge will serve no practical purpose. It is only when that knowledge is actively employed that it becomes a tool for growth and success. Application also requires a certain level of courage and initiative. It's easy to accumulate knowledge, especially in today's information-rich world where books, articles, and online resources are plentiful. But the real test is how you use that knowledge to solve problems and overcome challenges. Sometimes the fear of failure or making the wrong decision can hold you back from applying what you know. However, it is precisely through action that mistakes are made and lessons are learned. Each application, whether successful or not, adds to your wisdom and brings you one step closer to your goals. For example, consider the field of personal finance. A person might know the best strategies for saving money, building credit, and investing wisely. But unless they apply those strategies, setting aside a portion of their income, making informed investment choices, and actively managing their finances, those strategies will remain just theoretical knowledge. Only when applied do they begin to take shape and contribute to financial growth. The same is true for almost any field, whether it's learning a new language, improving your physical health, or building a business. Knowledge is of no use unless it is put into action. Moreover, the application of knowledge leads to a deeper understanding of it. As you apply what you have learned, you begin to experience firsthand how that knowledge works in the real world. This hands-on experience solidifies your learning, filling in the gaps and enhancing your comprehension. It also teaches you the nuances and complexities that books and lectures may not have covered. In other words, knowledge without application is theoretical, but knowledge with application is transformative. It evolves from a mere concept into a practical tool that shapes your life and your environment. An essential component of applying knowledge is the process of feedback. Feedback is the mechanism by which you learn from the outcomes of your actions. Whether it's positive or negative feedback, it helps you refine your approach and adjust your actions accordingly. This is where the true power of knowledge lies, in its ability to adapt and evolve based on the lessons learned through its application. When you use your knowledge and receive feedback, you are engaging in a continuous cycle of improvement that will lead to mastery over time. Another important aspect of applying knowledge is the ability to adapt and innovate. Knowledge, especially in a rapidly changing world, must be dynamic. What worked yesterday may not work today, and therefore, your ability to apply your knowledge in new ways is crucial to continued success. This requires flexibility, creativity, and an openness to learning from both your experiences and from others. The application of knowledge is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process that evolves as you encounter new challenges, learn new information, and develop new skills. Ultimately, the most successful individuals are those who master the art of applying what they know. They understand that knowledge alone does not guarantee success, but when paired with consistent, deliberate action, it becomes a powerful force that shapes their future. By making the conscious decision to apply what you learn, you not only bring your knowledge to life, but also take the necessary steps toward realizing your fullest potential. Knowledge is undeniably powerful, but only when it is applied. It is the difference between understanding a concept and experiencing its real-world impact. To truly succeed, you must bridge the gap between knowing and doing. Knowledge alone will not lead you to success, action will. The application of knowledge is what transforms potential into reality, and it is through this process that you will create the life and success you desire. 3. The power of consistency. Consistency is the silent engine that drives all lasting success. It is easy to become excited about a new venture, to dive into a goal with enthusiasm and energy, but it is the ability to show up day after day, even when the initial excitement fades, that determines whether you will succeed or fail. Consistency is the cornerstone of achievement in every area of life, whether it's in building a business, mastering a skill, improving your health, or even nurturing relationships. When we talk about success, we often think of the big achievements, the milestones, the breakthroughs, the awards, but the reality is that success is built on a series of small, consistent actions. These actions, taken over time, compound to create results far greater than the sum of their parts. The small, seemingly insignificant steps that you take each day may appear trivial at first, but they are, in fact, the foundation upon which everything else rests. Without consistency, all the planning, knowledge, and strategy in the world would be meaningless. The importance of consistency cannot be overstated. Imagine trying to build a house but only working on it once a week or a few times a month. The project would never get off the ground. The same principle applies to your goals. Without consistent effort, progress becomes slow, erratic, and uncertain. But when you make the decision to commit to something every day, you begin to create a rhythm, a momentum that drives you forward, even when obstacles arise. Consistency is about making progress, not perfection. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediately visible, and even when you encounter setbacks. Consistent effort may not always yield immediate rewards, but it guarantees that you are moving toward your goals. It's in the moments of difficulty, when the results seem distant, that your consistency matters the most. The key to success is not giving up when the going gets tough, but rather continuing to take action, no matter how small, until success becomes inevitable. For instance, if you set a goal to lose weight and improve your health, it's not about following a strict diet for a few days and then abandoning it when results aren't immediate. The magic happens when you consistently make healthier choices every day, regardless of how small those choices may seem. Eating a balanced meal, going for a walk, or getting enough sleep on a consistent basis will eventually result in lasting transformation. Each day, you are building the foundation for the future you want to create. Small, positive habits compounded over time lead to extraordinary results. Consistency also builds trust, both in yourself and with others. When you consistently show up, whether it's for your business, your family, or your personal goals, you begin to build a reputation for reliability and dedication. People begin to trust your word because they see that you follow through on your commitments. Trust is one of the most valuable commodities in the world, and consistency is the primary way to earn it. It shows that you are committed, dependable, and capable of following through on your promises, no matter how small or large they may be. One of the greatest benefits of consistency is the development of discipline. Discipline is often viewed as a form of self-control, but in reality, it is the ability to stay the course in the face of distractions, temptation, or doubt. Consistency builds this discipline over time. The more you show up and take action every day, the more you strengthen your willpower, your focus, and your ability to prioritize what matters most. Discipline is not a trait that you are born with. It is developed through the practice of consistently doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. Another key aspect of consistency is that it fosters improvement. When you take consistent action, you don't just stay the same, you improve. Each small step you take adds to your growth. Whether you're learning a new skill, mastering a language, or honing a craft, the more consistent you are, the better you become. Progress becomes inevitable, and as you improve, the results become more noticeable and substantial. But this improvement doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you've made a consistent effort to show up and put in the work each day. Perhaps one of the most compelling reasons why consistency is so powerful is because it overcomes the inevitable challenges and setbacks that will occur along the way. Life is full of unpredictability. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when you feel like giving up. But consistency teaches you how to persevere. Even on the days when you're tired or frustrated, even when the results aren't showing up yet, your commitment to consistency ensures that you keep going. Success is not a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, and consistency is what keeps you moving forward through it all. Consistency is the unsung hero of success. It is the quiet force that transforms intention into achievement, dreams into reality. No matter how big or small your goals may be, consistency is what will get you there. It's not about making huge leaps. It's about making steady progress day in and day out. So, commit to consistency, make it a part of your daily routine. It will not only lead to success, it will shape the person you become in the process. 4. Surround yourself with knowledge. The people you surround yourself with, the environments you immerse yourself in, and the sources of information you engage with are all critical to your growth and success. The old saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," holds immense truth, but this principle goes beyond people. It extends to the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the mentors you seek, and the networks you build. Surrounding yourself with knowledge creates an ecosystem where learning, growth, and success thrive. The impact of your environment on your success cannot be underestimated. Environments shape how we think, how we act, and how we perceive the world. Just as a plant needs the right soil, sunlight, and water to grow, your mind requires the right environment to flourish. When you surround yourself with knowledge, you actively create a space where growth becomes not only possible, but inevitable. This environment may include a combination of people, resources, and experiences, all contributing to your overall development. Start by considering the people around you. The relationships you nurture have a profound effect on the direction your life takes. If you surround yourself with individuals who are constantly learning, growing, and striving for excellence, you are more likely to adopt these same habits. These individuals will challenge you, inspire you, and push you to expand your own knowledge and capabilities. You become part of a community that shares similar values and aspirations, which will motivate you to continually raise your standards. However, not all people contribute positively to your growth. If you surround yourself with individuals who are stagnant, complacent, or who discourage ambition, it can have a limiting effect on your potential. Negative influences can create a toxic environment that undermines your confidence, distorts your perspective, and reduces your drive. By seeking out like-minded individuals who prioritize self-improvement and value education, you elevate your own mindset and create a space where personal and professional growth are inevitable. In addition to the people you interact with, the books and other educational materials you expose yourself to play a significant role in surrounding yourself with knowledge. Books are gateways to new ideas, perspectives, and strategies. They allow you to learn from the experiences and wisdom of others, often providing insights that would otherwise take years to acquire through personal experience. Whether it's reading biographies of successful individuals, business strategy books, or personal development literature, books offer an invaluable opportunity to expand your knowledge base. In today's digital world, podcasts, blogs, and online courses are becoming powerful tools for education. They offer access to thought leaders, experts, and visionaries in virtually every field. The beauty of these resources is their accessibility and diversity. Regardless of where you are or what your interests are, there's always something new to learn. Engaging with these forms of media regularly will keep you up to date on the latest trends, ideas, and techniques in your field, while also exposing you to new topics and areas of interest that may broaden your horizons. But it's not just about reading or listening to information passively. It's about being intentional with the knowledge you consume. The more deliberate you are in choosing resources that align with your goals, the more effectively you will grow. Consuming knowledge without a focus or purpose is like wandering through a library without knowing what you're looking for. You're unlikely to discover something truly useful. Set clear intentions for what you want to learn. Whether it's developing a particular skill, enhancing your career, or understanding a new industry, and actively seek out the knowledge that will help you achieve that goal. Besides people and resources, the environments you physically inhabit also play an important role in your growth. Workspaces, social circles, and even the neighborhoods you live in can either foster or hinder your progress. When possible, curate environments that encourage learning, creativity, and productivity. For example, a cluttered or disorganized space can negatively affect your ability to concentrate and think clearly. On the other hand, a clean, organized, and inspiring environment can stimulate your creativity and motivate you to take action. Engage in environments that are filled with opportunities to learn and grow. Whether it's attending networking events, participating in workshops, or joining professional organizations, seeking out environments where knowledge is shared will provide you with valuable insights and connections. These environments can introduce you to mentors, collaborators, and peers who can offer guidance, share their experiences, and expose you to new ideas. As you surround yourself with knowledge, it's also essential to stay open to new perspectives. This means being willing to challenge your own beliefs and entertain ideas that may initially seem unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Growth happens when you push beyond your comfort zone and consider viewpoints that may be different from your own. Seek out people and resources that broaden your understanding of the world, even if it means stepping outside your own area of expertise. Embrace curiosity and be willing to learn from anyone and anything. The power of surrounding yourself with knowledge also lies in networking and mentorship. The right mentors can guide you through challenges, share valuable insights from their own experiences, and provide a roadmap for your growth. They not only help you avoid common mistakes, but also open doors to opportunities that you might not have had access to otherwise. Networking with individuals who are knowledgeable and experienced in your field provides you with a support system that can offer practical advice and feedback as you progress toward your goal. The process of surrounding yourself with knowledge is about creating a supportive ecosystem that nurtures learning and growth. By intentionally choosing the people you interact with, the resources you consume, and the environments you inhabit, you provide yourself with the tools and mindset needed for success. Knowledge does not exist in isolation. It thrives in communities, in learning spaces, and in the intentional choices you make every day. Surrounding yourself with knowledge means choosing to immerse yourself in a culture of growth. And it is this environment that will propel you toward the success you desire. 5. The importance of setting clear goals. Setting clear, intentional goals is one of the most critical steps you can take on the path to success. Without clearly defined goals, your efforts are like a ship without a rudder, directionless, adrift, and uncertain of where it's heading. Having a goal gives you purpose, focus, and a measurable way to track progress. It acts as the map that guides you toward your destination, ensuring that every step you take is aligned with your larger vision. But it's not enough to simply have a goal. You must set clear, actionable, and achievable goals that push you to reach your full potential. To begin with, the importance of setting clear goals lies in the fact that they give you something to aim for. Without a goal, it's easy to get distracted by the many things that demand your attention. Life is full of opportunities, challenges, and competing priorities, and it's easy to fall into a state of perpetual motion without making real progress. When you set a clear goal, you create a specific target that you can focus on. This target helps to align your actions, your time, and your energy toward one central purpose, making it easier to stay on course. Clear goals also provide motivation. When you know exactly what you are striving for, it's easier to maintain momentum, even in the face of challenges. Motivation can fluctuate, especially when things get tough, but a well-defined goal provides a reason to keep going. Whether your goal is to finish a project, reach a financial target, or improve your health, having a clear vision of the end result helps you push through obstacles and stay committed to the journey. It's the constant reminder of the why behind your actions that fuels persistence and drives continued effort. Moreover, goals act as measuring tools. When your goals are specific and clear, you can track your progress and make adjustments as needed. This allows you to see how far you've come and how much farther you need to go. Without clear goals, it's difficult to gauge whether you are truly making progress or simply spinning your wheels. By setting measurable, time-bound objectives, you can assess your performance and identify areas where you may need to improve or adjust your approach. Regularly reviewing your goals and progress allows you to stay on track and ensure that your efforts are productive and aligned with your ultimate vision. Setting clear goals also gives you clarity and focus. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming with all the demands and distractions that come with it. However, when you have a clear goal in mind, it simplifies decision making. Every choice becomes an opportunity to move closer to or farther from your goal. For example, if you have a goal to get healthier, you'll make decisions based on that aim, choosing to eat more nutritious foods, exercising regularly, or getting enough sleep. This focus makes it easier to prioritize your actions and filter out distractions that might steer you off course. But it's important to ensure that your goals are not only clear but specific and actionable. Vague goals like "I want to be successful" or "I want to lose weight" do not provide the clarity needed to make tangible progress. Instead, set goals that are measurable and concrete, such as "I will increase my monthly sales by 20%, or "I will lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months." These goals are not only clear, but they provide specific benchmarks that you can work toward. By breaking your larger goals down into smaller, actionable steps, you create a roadmap that makes the journey feel more manageable and achievable. Another critical aspect of setting goals is ensuring that they are realistic and achievable. While it's important to dream big and aim high, setting goals that are too far beyond your current capabilities can be discouraging. It's essential to strike a balance between ambition and realism. A goal that is too easy might not challenge you enough to grow, while one that is too difficult might lead to frustration. To create goals that are achievable, take into account your current skills, resources, and timeline. If your goal feels too daunting, break it down into smaller milestones that you can accomplish in stages. This approach helps you make steady progress while building confidence along the way. The concept of SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, is a powerful framework for setting clear and actionable objectives. When you apply the SMART criteria, you ensure that your goals are not vague or ambiguous, but are structured in a way that allows for clarity, measurement, and progress. For example, a goal like "I will save $50,000 for an emergency fund in the next 6 months" meets all the SMART criteria. It's specific. Saving $50 00, measurable, you can track your savings. Achievable, it's realistic given your income and expenses. Relevant, it aligns with your financial priorities. And time bound, it has a 6-month deadline. Furthermore, clear goals help to overcome procrastination. Often, we delay taking action because the task feels overwhelming or because we lack clarity on how to begin. A clear goal provides a roadmap, breaking down what might seem like a daunting task into smaller, more manageable steps. When you know exactly what you need to do, it becomes easier to take that first step, and once you've started, the momentum carries you forward. Setting clear goals gives you a sense of achievement and fulfillment. As you meet the milestones you've set, you experience a sense of progress and accomplishment. These small wins build confidence and reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving even bigger goals. As you reach each target, you gain a sense of purpose and satisfaction, which motivates you to keep pushing toward your ultimate vision. The process of setting and achieving clear goals brings a sense of direction, pride, and momentum that propels you toward even greater success. The act of setting clear, intentional goals is foundational to success. Goals provide direction, motivation, focus, and clarity. They help measure progress, overcome procrastination, and build momentum. By breaking down larger ambitions into specific, actionable steps, you create a roadmap that guides your actions and keeps you on track. Clear goals transform dreams into tangible achievements, making success not only possible but inevitable. So, make the decision today to set clear, well-defined goals and take the first step toward turning your vision into reality. 6. Embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. Failure is often perceived as the opposite of success. It is something to be feared, avoided, or even hidden. However, if you want to truly succeed, you must shift your perspective on failure. Rather than seeing it as a defeat, you should embrace failure as a crucial part of the journey, a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goals and ultimately to success. Failure is not something to run from, but something to learn from, grow from, and use as a springboard for future achievement. One of the reasons failure holds such negative connotations is because we are taught from an early age to avoid mistakes. In school, we're penalized for errors, and in the workplace, failures are often met with judgment. This cultural mindset creates a deep-rooted fear of failure, making people hesitant to take risks, try new things, or push themselves beyond their comfort zones. However, failure is an essential part of growth. It's through failure that we discover our weaknesses, refine our strategies, and develop the resilience needed to succeed. First, it's important to understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth. Too many people internalize failure, thinking it means they are not good enough, not capable, or not deserving of success. This mindset is destructive and prevents growth. In reality, failure is simply an event, not an identity. It's a temporary setback, not a permanent label. Some of the most successful individuals in the world have failed multiple times before achieving their goals. What distinguishes them is not their ability to avoid failure, but their ability to bounce back from it stronger and more determined. The key to embracing failure is to reframe your perspective. Rather than seeing failure as something to be avoided at all costs, recognize it as an opportunity for learning. When something doesn't go as planned, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Failure presents you with valuable lessons that success often cannot provide. When you fail, you are forced to analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and find new approaches. This process of trial and error is how growth happens. By learning from each failure, you increase your chances of succeeding in the future. Each failure teaches you something important. Whether it's a better way of doing things, a deeper understanding of yourself, or a clearer path to follow. For example, in the business world, many successful entrepreneurs have faced repeated failure before finding the right formula for success. Thomas Edison, famously known for inventing the light bulb, failed thousands of times before creating a working prototype. When asked about his failures, he responded, "I have not failed. I've just found 10 ways that won't work." This mindset, seeing failure as a necessary part of the process, was crucial to his ultimate success. He didn't let his failures define him. He used them as feedback to improve and move forward. Another important aspect of embracing failure is recognizing that failure helps build resilience. When you encounter setbacks, it forces you to dig deeper, find new solutions, and develop the mental toughness required to keep going. Success rarely happens overnight, and the road to achieving big goals is filled with obstacles. The ability to persevere through those obstacles is what separates successful people from those who give up too soon. Every time you fail and rise again, you build greater resilience and become better equipped to handle future challenges. Moreover, failure can reveal new opportunities. Often, when something doesn't work out as planned, it opens the door to a different approach, a better idea, or a new direction that you might not have considered otherwise. Failure disrupts your expectations, forcing you to think outside the box and be more creative. Instead of seeing failure as the end, see it as an opportunity to pivot, adapt, and try a new path. In this way, failure becomes a powerful tool for innovation and growth. It helps you develop flexibility and adaptability, qualities that are essential in today's fast-changing world. It's also important to remember that failure is temporary. Just because something doesn't work out now doesn't mean it won't in the future. Many successful people have experienced repeated setbacks, yet they persisted because they believed in the bigger picture. Every setback is just another piece of the puzzle, another step toward achieving your ultimate vision. In fact, many successful people have a mindset of fail fast, fail often, because they understand that the quicker they fail, the quicker they learn, and the sooner they can move forward. Each failure is just one more step in the journey toward success. One of the most valuable lessons you can learn from failure is that perfection is not required for success. People often fear failure because they feel they need to do everything perfectly. This belief creates a paralyzing fear that can prevent action altogether. The truth is that nobody ever succeeds by being perfect. Perfectionism is often a barrier to progress. Instead of striving for flawless execution, focus on doing your best, learning from the process, and improving with each attempt. Success is a result of continuous effort and learning, not a one-time perfect execution. Failure is an essential part of success. It is not something to fear or avoid, but something to embrace. Failure provides valuable lessons, helps build resilience, fosters innovation, and reveals new opportunities. By reframing your perspective on failure, you can use it as a tool for growth rather than a setback. Remember that every successful person has faced failure, but what distinguishes them is their ability to learn from it, adapt, and keep moving forward. So, when failure knocks at your door, don't shy away, embrace it, learn from it, and let it guide you to greater success. As you continue on your journey toward success, it's essential to remember that failure is not your enemy, it's your ally. It is a necessary part of growth, a teacher that offers valuable lessons that success alone cannot provide. By shifting your mindset and embracing failure, you unlock its potential to propel you forward rather than hold you back. Every failure is an opportunity for learning, a moment to reassess, refine, and rise stronger. Rather than fearing failure, allow it to shape you, challenge you, and ultimately define your path to success. Remember that the greatest achievers in history faced repeated setbacks, yet they persisted because they understood the vital role failure played in their success. With each failure, they became more resilient, more adaptable, and more prepared for the next challenge. In the end, success isn't measured by the absence of failure, but by your ability to keep going despite it. Your willingness to embrace failure as a stepping stone will be one of the most powerful drivers of your eventual success. So, when you face challenges or setbacks, don't let them discourage you. Instead, view them as invaluable experiences that are moving you closer to your ultimate goal. Keep going, keep learning, and remember failure is just another opportunity to succeed.